if you would like to interact with me and or play with me during streams, I stream every Wednesday through Sunday at 11 a.m. HST. That is Hawaii Standard Time. So yeah, I will see you there. If not, you don't have to. No rush, no hurry, and no forcing anybody to do whatever they don't want to. So yeah, enjoy the video. Hello, my delicious people. Welcome to another video. So, according to I forget what it's called, the trending tab on YouTube Studio, there is a large volume of people looking for this weapon, the Burston Prime. Specifically, I think it would be a good idea to show you a Burston Prime build that is a little bit more centered around direct damage, which I really do want to try. Since it does actually have, I think it's a glitch, but apparently they're gonna keep it. Where you can put punch through on this weapon. Oh yeah, see, it doesn't have the lock symbol. You can put punch through on this weapon. Thanks, DE. Anyway, let's look at the base stats, and we're gonna see what the base stats are. Okay, so we got a critical chance of 18, a 1.8 critical damage multiplier, which is fine, a status of 30%, which is actually pretty good. It's got slash leaning, but not by much, but we're not going to be going for a slash build, mainly because we're going to be going for the Incarnate form. The Incarnate form, in actuality, is indeed going to have a little bit of a thing here. I want, you know what, let's go base critical chance, because I think I would like that more. Let's go magazine capacity, I would like that, that would be good. Recoil, I don't need that. With armor over 450 punch through. Ooh, okay. You know what? Let's just pretend that I don't have punch through on this Warframe, which I definitely do. Yeah, anyway. I do be having a lot of armor, so we're gonna be doing this slightly skewed results, but pretend I don't have that much punch through. I'm gonna mod it as if I don't. So yeah, if you want to use a high armor frame, that's a good idea, but I'm just gonna keep it as is. So yeah. Let's go to take it to the simulacrum and we'll see what it do. Alright, so there's not very many mechanics to go over. It's just a birch weapon that has an incarnate that goes fully auto. And has a base of heat, so we're actually not going to be modding for heat because I actually want to go with a direct damage build. And the heat is just going to be there for armor strip, since after 1 second, heat ends up armor stripping, which is going to be pretty nice. And we don't really need that much status chance if that's the case as well, but yeah. We're going to be over here, as you can see, very good. We're doing red crit, which is real nice. Very, very nice. Da-da-da. There we go. And boom. You do kind of sort of have to line up the shots a little bit, but as you can see, I have like 500 ammo, so I could just like fire down the lane, so it's great. And as you can see, the damage shoots up after a second, which is actually what I'm talking about when it comes to the heat armor stripping after a while, alright? After 1 second, it armor strips, I believe, of 50%. Which, yeah, I've been talking about viral heat for so long, and I literally have a weapon in my hands that I want to do direct damage with, and I don't really have to mod for heat, which is nice. I like this. I like this a lot. Also, DE, when do we get a primed heat mod for primaries? That would be super, super cool. Anyway, I will take this into a real mission, and we're going to see what it does in an actual mission. So yeah, let's do that. Bit of a personal me issue that I would like to talk about. You know how hard it is to branch out from Warframe to something else? I have this weird thing where every single time I try doing something else, I always get like the most negative reception. Uh, it isn't like really bad comments, it's just that mostly dislikes and nobody watching at the same time, which is not great. But yeah, look, it is Weapon Go Bear. Oh, one positive thing though, Duet Night Abyss is coming out, and I'm pretty sure that should attract Warframe players, so I'm super happy with that. Some more Warframe is what I really like. Same thing with, First Ascendant, although First Ascendant has a balancing issue, and I don't like that, so, yeah. But yeah, this weapon is doing well. It actually ramps up a lot faster than I thought it would, but yeah, I would just shut that guy for the wall. Nice. But yeah, not much to go over besides that. It's literally just a pew-pew gun. I will see you in Acolyte and see how it goes against them. Although, I'm assuming occasional red crits for no reason should be okay. You know? Alright, there he is. Also, there we go. Got that in Azimus. There we go. Hello, Malice. Are you gonna try and make me shoot myself? That's mean. Can I get him before he does it? Can I get him before he does it? Yeah! So powerful that it makes Malice unable to shoot me with his ability. Wow, okay, cool. Also, thank you, Malice, for just sitting there and taking it. Very, very good boy. Alrighty then. That was the Burston Prime, specifically the Incarnate. You did already see my Incarnate evolutions, but I do want to show you them again, since, you know, that's part of the build video, and sometimes people do skip to the build video, so yes. Also, hello. Anyway, let's get into it, but I'm pretty sure you would like to. So the evolution is going to be a gain an auto fire mode and deal radial heat damage. Very good for some. It's basically a pseudo AoE as well, because in actuality, let me see, is it true? Yeah, it is true. The damage, the explosion damage isn't like very high comparatively to the direct damage, and the direct damage is affected by galvanized status. So you actually want to go with a direct hit build with this in actuality. We're also going to be going with the increased base damage by 42, and with armor over 450, punch through. We can also go with base multi-shot on the final burst, which actually just isn't great. This one's a lot better. I'll probably show you some alternative to going with the punch through mod that I have, just in case you actually have a Warframe that has that much armor, but yeah. We'll be using increased base magazine capacity by 21. This only works on the base fire mode, however, it's very welcome. Especially since I don't really think anything else really matters, because even at high fire rate, weapon recoil doesn't really matter. We're also going to be using base critical chance by 20, which helps with acolytes. And this one is great if you want to go with the burst mode, but you don't really, it's probably not the best idea. And this one is literally just galvanized status, but in actuality, because it's only 40%, it's not entirely worth it, since the benefits of using galvanized status is that every 2 statuses is a serration, and because of that, like, this just isn't really that great. It's just an extra 50% boost, and we're gonna go with base damage. Speaking of the base damage, not base damage, direct front-loaded damage is what it's called. But we're also gonna be using serration with magnetic force, rhyme rounds, and that's going to bring us to a base of 585 damage total, with a viral and heat, and the status with galvanized aptitude is going to be 90%. Keep in mind, keep in mind that galvanized aptitude, as I said, will increase the damage done to the target, with each status being a serration's worth of damage. If you were to prime with a Dirigia, I believe that's what it's called. I'm just going to call it Dirigia because I think it's much easier to say. But Dirigia, you can have, like, I believe it was a total of, like, 4 serrations worth of damage, which is really nice. And we have Galvanized Chamber for multi-shot. Vigilante offense for some punch-through if you're not going to be using a high, you know, a high amount of armor frame, or like not going to be using 2 Archon shards for that. But if you want an alternative, here is a Thermite rounds build, which can be really good. This is increases the heat, the chance for heat, and also increases the amount of heat and status as well, which is really nice, increasing it to a 61% chance. But I will go with the Vigilante offense since it is probably something I would like to do. Let me see, what is the difference? Oh, it's actually a huge difference. No, fuck that. We're also using critical delay to lower the fire rate. And we're not going to circumvent this because the fire rate is already way too high. I will be using Vital Sense to have critical damage. We're also using Primary Merciless for reload speed specifically, but it also increases the damage we do from a ramp up, which is also incredibly easy to keep up since it's mostly on just straight up kills. But if you trust your aim, you can go with Deadhead. Just gotta hit those headshots, especially since this one also is actually more damage. So if you do hit those headshots, it'll be much better. But Merciless is a more comfortable build. We also don't have an exit slot because we don't really need one, as I technically do have a Vigilante mod on your rally. Actually, I have 2 of them. But when it comes down to it, we don't really need to have Vigilante armaments on here since it just isn't necessary, right? Because this Incarnate weapon actually has so much ammo in the Incarnate form, you're probably not going to be running out of ammo anytime soon, right? But if you really want to, you can put something like Vigilante supplies, just because, you know, it helps. But yeah, that is about it. Have wonderful, wonderful nightmares. I will see you, and remember, we're watching my content. I know you're into it. Honey, honey. Good night. Meow.
I'm not trying to be mean or toxic. I just can't seem to stop it. 'Cause I'm looking for